Okay, good morning, everyone. Yesterday, if you were in class, we went over the notes. 5th grade, this is your book. 6th grade, this will look a little different, but you're doing the same exact thing. So we went over the notes in class. I have my 5th grade book open. 6th grade, you'll have your book open to chapter 1, lesson 1. 5th grade, you'll have your book open as well. I have it open to page 3. So I told you you'll be highlighting in your book directly from your notes. I have my notes right next to my book. I have my book open. I have it open to page 3. I'm going to add something into what I want you to do. So instead of just highlighting, you're also going to answer the questions that are found in your book in the lesson. So on page 3, you'll find your first question that's in your book. So the question is asking, scientists use a variety of skills and tools to discover new things about the world around them. And it says to predict. It says, how is the young scientist using tools to learn about her world? And it's asking about this picture right here. So what you're going to do is you're going to answer that question and you're just going to write it directly in your book. After you do that, you're just going to turn the page. You're going to skip these 2 pages here, and you're going to turn the page again. And then what you're going to do is you're going to read this little story about the giant tube worm and answer this question here. And then you'll move over to this section right here. So what this section is this is your first section of notes. And what I want you to remember from yesterday is if we look at this little blue subheading, it says problems, decisions, and new ideas. And you look at your notes. Look at the first heading on your notes. Problems, decisions, and new ideas. Remember, everything pulled from your notes, or if you don't have the notes printed out at home, this is on the PowerPoint that can be found in Google Classroom from our post on yesterday. And I'll also link it in this post as well. It's in the PowerPoint, is pulled directly from the book. So if you look at the book, the first bullet point on our notes is scientific investigation begins with a testable question. If you look in your book, right here, scientific investigation begins with a testable question. I'm going to highlight that because that's something that I want you to know. And I'm just going to continue through, and here are some testable questions, and that's in our notes. On here are some testable questions. What can I do to avoid catching a cold? That's one of the questions I have written down. Another question I have written down, and it's a little out of order, is how deep is the ocean? It's the only thing I have written out of order, and that's perfectly fine. But that's what I have in that section written in your notes that I wanted you to highlight, and there it is right there. If there's anything else in that section that you find important that you want to highlight, you're more than welcome to. And then you can turn the page. Before you turn the page, though, I want you to look and make sure there's no questions on the side that you need to answer. It's asking you for a text feature. These are something you learned in literacy. So it says complete the chart and explain the text feature on this page. So it's asking you, what does the blue heading tell you? Turn the page. The next blue heading is scientific research and knowledge. The next section on your notes, or the next PowerPoint slide, was scientific research and knowledge. Look through there, see what I wrote in your notes, see what needs to be highlighted, and then look on the side and answer the question. 6th grade, you're doing the same exact thing. It's going to look a little different because your book is different, but you'll be doing the same exact thing. Once you get through all the notes, there's a got it section. I would like for you to answer those questions as well. If you would like to send me the answers to those questions, you're more than welcome to. You can take a picture and submit them to me on Google Classroom. That's perfectly fine with me. I'm okay with that. Or you can share them with me in Google, or you can just show them to me when I see you on Monday. That's perfectly fine as well. If you have any questions, please feel free to send me an email. Have a great weekend, guys.